Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders of great millstone that rule well and teach well. And also shalom and salutations to the fellow brethren that are out there laboring in this work as well. So this lesson that I'm going to be getting into today, I'm going to be going into, how the riches of the world, or what's considered as gain in the world, that's worthless, compared to the reward you get for serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because you could have an innumerable amount of riches. You could be rich in the world, but guess what? All those riches, they can get stolen. Or even the society can collapse. The system collapse, and all that money you hoarded up is gone. You have no access to it. But there's treasure, that you could lay up, which cannot be defiled, or which cannot be broken into, but is stored up forever, man. And that treasure is the reward you get from doing the work of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, for doing the work of the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahushai, which the work is to teach, to teach and to believe, and to also be out there in the highways and hedges. That's the work of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. That's what He requires of you, man. And faith, faith is also a work of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So those things that I mentioned, if you do those things, towards the right power, which the right power is Yahweh, and His Son's name is Yahushai. If you do that, you're laying up treasure for yourself, and you're gonna get rewarded for doing that, man. You see? Matter of fact, let me get this in Matthew 6. Matthew 6 and verse 19, it says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal." So these treasures on earth will be different accolades as well as riches, and these different things like these achievements is a part of those treasures. You see, an example I could give, like boxing belts, sports trophies, plaques for music, and it just go out, Grammys. Those are all treasures of the world, as well as riches too, a certain amount of money, 6 figures. Those are all the treasures of the world. But scriptures say moth and rust can corrupt those type of riches, man. And an example I can get into is what's his name, Mike Tyson. He won all those belts, but then there was an interview. He basically disregarded those belts. He's like, yo, these are all pointless. They're pointless. What could he do to me now? In his old age, that was just a temporal like glory. It was just for a moment, meaning it was already corrupted. It's done, like it worn out. So that's what happens, or that's the consequences of the treasures of the world, of the earth. They expire, man, and they become corrupt. And it says, and where thieves break through and steal, and these things can get stolen from you. An NBA ring, that can get stolen from you, and someone can auction it and sell it, make bread off it, But these are the treasures of the world. But it is better for us to lay, treasures in the heavens, as it says in verse 20. It says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." So you can lay up treasures in heaven, which won't be corrupted. Nobody can steal this. Nobody can, break into and steal. Nobody can break into the heaven and steal your treasure, man. But the question you ask is, how would you lay up these treasures? You lay up these treasures by serving the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And these treasures will be stored up for you in heaven. And just like any job, if you do the work, you're gonna get rewarded. Matter of fact, let me get this. Matthew 19. Because you do get rewarded for serving the Lord, you know? And there's different types of rewards depending on who you are. If you're a potential elect, a part of that reward is to become a ruler, to be a ruler, you know, alongside Yahweh Shai, you know, and many more things, man. You see? So this is Matthew 19 and verse 27. It says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? You see? It says, And Yahweh said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You see, so the reward you get for serving the Lord and forsaking the temporal riches and glory of this world, you know, the reward you get for serving Yahweh Shemashah is that you get to what? You get to sit in the throne of his glory and judge the 12 tribes of Israel, to be a ruler, basically, man. You know, verse 29, it says, And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. You see, everlasting life. Immortality is also a part of that reward, man. You see? So that doing the work of the Lord, you know, you will be rewarded, just like any other job, man. You will be rewarded, but you need faith to believe that you will be rewarded, to believe that, you know, that treasure is being laid up, man. You know, every time you do a video, every time you're studying, every time you restrain yourself, you discipline yourself for your Yahweh Shemashah. Every time you go out there in the highways and byways, you know, you gotta believe, you have to have faith that there's gonna be a reward for that, man. You know? So let's go from there to the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 15. You know, just getting another example of how if you try to basically conjure up and get riches in this world, there's no point, you know, because it's gonna come to an end for one, you know. Matter of fact, let me get a real quick precept. You know, and that's the other thing. You're trying to get up in this world, in this society. There's no point, because the society is already corrupt, you know, and it's crumbling. You see, this is First John, chapter 1 John 2 and verse 15. It says, Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And what's in the world is going to go into it. Verse 16, For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh. So instant gratification is a part of the world. The lust of the eyes. You know, lust of the eyes is what? Being covetous, you know, wanting what other people want based off just, you know, how seeing it. And a great platform for that is Instagram. You know, Esau did that, man. You know, Instagram, Snap, these different social media outlets, man, they promote the lust of the eyes. Because why? You're envious and you covet what other people have, other people's lifestyle. You see, it says, For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. You see, so the world passeth away. All these things are going to come to an end. They're going to pass away, you know. But if you do the will of the Heavenly Father, you're gonna abide forever. Meaning your treasures also gonna abide forever. Your works are gonna abide forever if you stay the course until the end. You know. So going back to Luke 12 and verse 15, and it says, and he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. You know, so your life does not consist in the abundance of things you have. You see, that's not it, because it's a purpose why, you're really on the earth. If you're an Israelite, first and foremost, it's a reason why you're here. And most importantly, if you're a part of the elect, it's really a reason why you're here. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is the reason, Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And the word duty goes into responsibility, obligation, commitment, obedience, alliance, loyalty, faithfulness, fidelity, respect, job. So your whole job as an Israelite man, most importantly, the elect, is to keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Hashai and fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And that word duty goes into job, right? So that's doing the work. You fearing the Lord and keeping his commandments, that's a part of you doing his work. And it's a reward for that work. You see? So going back to Luke 12 and verse 15 again, it says, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. So this is an example of somebody in the world that after they labored, for carnal things, they came to the conclusion, and then they got to the level they wanted to get to. They said, okay, I'm just gonna chill out. I did what I did, I made this much amount of money. I did this much. I made this many accolades. Now I'm just gonna sit down and relax and just enjoy my riches, without considering the Lord in his mind. Verse 20, it says, but the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So he worked all that hard without keeping the Lord in his mind, to the point where when he was ready to put his feet up on the table, that same night his life was required. So all that work he did was in vain. It was pointless. Because now you're going to die, and who's gonna take your all that hard work? Who's gonna enjoy it? Verse 21, it says, so he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards the Most High. So if you lay up treasures for yourself, in the world carnally, the end is going to be bitter. It's going to be a bad ending. But if you lay up treasure towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, there's nothing but life and abundance ahead, man. You see? So that's the lesson, Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai willing, that was edifying. I want to say, call halayim la Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.